Proemio, línea 1. Cuento de hadas.
January 5th at 1:22 of the afternoon, a bullet flew across the snow-covered valley and landed in the chest of a soldier. As the soldier tried to understand mortality, he thought about his wife and son. He thought about time, stars, and the cosmos. He thought about the fact that he was thinking and, which seemed more important to him, that he was thinking instead of dying. He thought that life after death was an eternal soliloquy, though he could not decide if that was a reward or a punishment. His eyes eventually opened and he stood up. There was a hole in his chest, but no blood, and he felt healthy and powerful. He concluded he had been chosen by a divine power. Hence, he did what any man who feels divinely chosen would. He ran to kill his enemies. This ecstatic moment became bittersweet as, one by one, his enemies stood up unharmed. Amidst much confusion, the cacophony of battle ceased. And so, perhaps fearing that the hostilities were unwelcomed by God, or perhaps out of practicality, a truce was declared. By the time the soldier arrived home, mortality was perceived as something that happened to people a long, long time ago. Many laws were broken at this time. Human law did not apply to gods. Earth became Eden, and just like in Eden, knowledge was vanished, forgotten. Now that death had been chained away, every person felt that their wishes should be fulfilled. Without death, humans became neither rational nor social. At their most immortal, they became the less eternal they had ever been. It is not very clear to what extent people were truly themselves, that is, to what extent they were themselves more than ever. One day, at least 10 years after the last human had perished, a child asked, "Father, what is that?" The father explained that a long time ago, humans killed each other with objects like that. When this was pressed, he said, "A bullet could kill you." And so, he pressed the trigger to make a point. The body of the son plummeted into the floor, lifeless. The father wanted to run to the streets to spread the news, but he couldn't move. The bullet inside him, which had never been taken out, began hurting. He remembered laying on the snow, blood poured out of his mouth. At that moment, he did not think about those who he was leaving behind, much less about time, stars, and the cosmos. He thought of nothing, and nothing was him.
Línea 2. Comunicación. 3. Tributo.
If I remember something, again and again. I remember something is on my mind again. I remember, I think of you. If I remember, my mind is aroused, you arouse my mind. Again, if I remember you, it is because you arouse my thought. If I remember, I move towards you as you move towards me. If I remember you, character has evaded its destiny. I remember you wrote, I wish I could see you before I go. Damn, good luck with everything. I always thought I could just, live my life and be okay with it and whatnot. That's not true. Darling, stay healthy. I remember you wrote, I'm not entirely sure what I need help with, but apparently I really need it. So help me? Help me? I really don't want to smash my face into things anymore. Again, if I remember, I make a call to thought, a call to action. Again, if I remember, it is because I cannot grasp perpetual motions. To remember, to think of something again, something perpetuating itself through me again. I pour your name into the soil until a fragmented soul swallows a fermented self. I remember, listen, listen, listen. Be through me if you cannot be through you, so I can be through you what I cannot be through me.
Todo bien. Línea 4.